Hi, this is Paul McCartney. Hi, this is Paul McCartney. Hi, this is Paul McCartney.
Hi, this is Rivers and Scott from Weezer.
Hey, this is Jordan Belfort, the real Wolf of Wall Street, and you're listening to the Anthony Rogers Show.
Welcome back to the greatest show in the universe. Today we have a very special guest, Maya Sintress. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing tonight?
Really good. That was like the nicest answer from a Dominatrix I've ever heard, I feel like. I was like,
yeah, typical stern, mean, like, I'm doing well, as you better be.
For the watchers on YouTube or listeners on streaming services, what is a Dominatrix more so?
Dominatrix is pretty much a professional disciplinarian. We are tops that you would hire to do things like discipline, slave training. We cater to fetishes. We're getting some interference from cats. Cater to fetishes, just different kinks in a safe professional environment. So yeah, that's what a dominatrix does.
No, it's interesting. Like, how would you talk to somebody? Like, talk to the listener or viewer or whatever, listener or whatever. How you would like? What would you do like on this thing? Like, more or less. Like, I'm a 5-year-old. It's just interesting to me. Like, I'm absorbing knowledge. I feel like.
Well, if you're a 5-year-old, we're not having this conversation.
25 years. Okay. Young man. I'm a young man. Yeah. I just feel like it interests me somehow. I just don't understand it. But I think like, what would you say to somebody like more or less like?
Well, if someone's interested in kink and approached me, I'd ask things like, have you seen my site? What interests do we have in common?
No, I mean past that, like, what would you say to like a client or something? Like, what, like to somebody that's like what? Or yell at me or something? Or I don't know what. Not yell at me. But you know what I mean? What is like? What would you say more or less like?
Well, I would criticize you for your lighting situation that we talked about, it being subpar, and because it's not up to my standards, you would have to do something for punishment to earn being on a little bit of an equal term with me to work towards a reward or something like that. As a generic.
Yeah, you almost convinced me that I sucked like immediately. I'm like, man, like I did have a lighting problem earlier. I'm like, fuck. I'm like. I
know, that's why I brought it up. I don't have much to work
smart.
with here.
No, smart. I mean, that you got in my head like in like 10 seconds. That was smart. What so what tell me more about yourself. What else do you do? That was just the one that stuck out to me. Like I'm like, I have to bring this up. Like I have to ask this. Like
yeah, I mean, I've been a pro dom. December is gonna mark my 21st year as being a professional dominatrix. That's a long fucking time. That's half my life.
I've never heard that. That's crazy. So I've never heard anyone say that sentence in my entire life. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like the range of a sex worker is maybe 1 to 3 years typically. For dominatrixes, it's maybe like 1 to 5, maybe 10 if you're lucky. But yeah.
How'd you get into this? Like, what was your decision-making process more or less like? Because it seems interesting.
I've just been kinky, and going through college, I had the opportunity to learn, and it stuck with me. It's something I'm good at. It's always entertaining, and it's always a new day. Even if someone comes to me and they're like, oh, I want bondage, and then the next day, I want bondage. Every session's different. I'm always being creative, always having fun, enjoying myself. So.
That sounds interesting, like more so than like most people's jobs. I feel like this like I think like any kind of entertainment, you're allowed to live in like a fantasy land more or less, where like a lot of people like can't escape because they're in cubicles more or less. It's like I think it's a privilege to like be self-made. I think.
Yeah, being stuck in a box, 9 to 5 every day. One can make my own hours, make my own box, which I have, especially during COVID. And,
that's interesting. Yeah, we make our own boxes. That's interesting. You don't even escape the box. I always thought I escaped the box, but you're right though. I didn't. I'm just in a different shaped box.
Yeah, you build your walls around you and how you want them to be. So certainly I built a dungeon around me.
Yeah.
That's comfortable. Are you coming up? You coming to say hi? I guess not yet.
This is kind of like a cheesy question I ask people like this, but what does your family think of this more or less? Like you seem like you're probably close to your family for some reason.
Yeah. My mom has helped me set up almost every dungeon I've had. She is very cool, very supportive. My sister has a lot of interesting questions. She'll ask things about, what's chastity like, and things she'll hear my friends talk about, or like my personal slave. She'll ask questions that are pretty good questions that not most people that are vanilla wouldn't ask.
So you have you have a personal slave? Is that what you said? What is your personal slave like? Describe that situation.
I don't have a personal slave right now in Las Vegas. I did have a lot in Chicago. I've only been in Vegas for 2 years, but in
Yeah.
Chicago I had several. I had a couple that were live-in submissives for like 6-month periods at a time, and it's really intense. But their job is to be there to make my life easier. So that's not always the case, but I would train someone to learn that when I wake up, I want fucking coffee right now. I want it to be strong. I want it sweet and low, a little bit of soy milk, have it ready for the anticipated time of me getting up at 10 a.m., you know, and then having them do the chores, like prepping for my session, clean the house, be ready to film with me, whatever my needs would be. And
I
I'd
feel
have,
like a person with a slave would wake up at 10. I feel like that's like the perfect time for someone with a slave. Like I wake up at 10 because I have slaves.
right, because they could wake up at like 8:30 and have everything ready for the day. You know, it doesn't always work out that way. It's a lot more work to train a personal slave. And if they don't have the training, it's just like, oh, Jesus Christ, I can get my own coffee. You know, just trying to save the time in the morning and have it be more convenient. It doesn't always work out that way, but yeah. I don't have any in Las Vegas because the quality of slaves here are pretty bad. So, well, yeah.
I feel like you said like 7 viral sentences like in this. I'm glad I annoyed you because like to get you on this show because like I feel you like you're wild, you're just like an entertaining person. Like most people are like boring. I feel like more or less like
A little dry.
yeah. It's making me laugh. I don't know. I can't believe like how many slaves did you have at one point? I don't know why it makes me laugh, but
I mean, I've mostly been professional, so that's really hard to answer.
yeah.
Kind of peak of my career when business was amazing. It's like I could mostly do longer sessions, but I could do maybe like 6 shorter sessions in a day, 5 days a week. So it was like back to back to back. And now I don't see that many clients, COVID being one, but 2, it's just I'd rather see people that want high intensity, can handle extreme situations, open to a lot of play. Like I just did a session on Halloween. One of my clients I saw last year on Halloween that I've seen a few times flew in and we did something like an 18-hour session. So like,
What is an extreme session to you? Like what does that mean? Like to a layman or like myself or the listeners maybe?
Well, for this session in particular, we started off in my client's hotel room, who was a sissy. I instructed her to be tied up on the bed, have a key for me at the front desk, come let myself in, to have earphones on so she can't hear what's going on, be blindfolded and tiptoeing in the room. And then have leather gloves on and just came like put my hand over her mouth and nose and just wrestled her a little bit in bondage to get her more subdued, and then whispered things in her ear like, I'm going to get you fully tied up now. I'm going to leave the door open and just take all of your boy clothes and see who's going to wander in your room. I'm going to watch on cam and we'll see what happens to you. And she doesn't know if I'm joking or not, but obviously it's pre-negotiated. But from there we did heavy bondage, a couple positions, and I did tie her up on the balcony of the Cosmo. She's terrified of heights, and it was something like the 35th floor, like facing out onto the strip, and you know, blindfolded at some point, but having to like deal with that fear play, and then from there, just doing lots of good bondage and breath play, and it ended in doing something I don't get to do that often, which was really fun. But I rented a mermaid tail. This person is very interested in drowning and being feminine and a mermaid. And then I also used a friend's pool, and we ended up at like 1 a.m. doing a drowning scene as a mermaid with having to hold her breath and pushing her underwater for 30 seconds at a time, 45 seconds at a time. And, you know, just that's high intensity. Most people think of domination and think of like spanking, tickling, you know, whipping, things like that. But it's like a different kind of roller coaster. And those are the kind of clients that I like to see that can appreciate that roller coaster of high intensity of, oh my God, is she serious? Are we really doing this? And holding their breath and being like, fuck, okay. And having that fear, but arousal at the same time.
That's interesting to hear, like a drowning scenario. Like so, it was a mermaid drowning scenario. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
She were creative. This is.
Well, that's a lot of stuff that we talk about and kind of pre-negotiate. That was not talked about specifically, but you have that level of communication ahead of time of here's what my interests are, here's what my hard limits are that I absolutely don't want to explore, and here's kind of what I'm curious about, I want to be pushed at, is the dialogue you have with someone before they come in for a professional session or even just, playtime in general.
So what would say I found your business plan somehow? I'm not sure how you advertise or something, but like say like Twitter, I guess is the easiest way. Say I found your business, whatever. Like what would it cost me to actually like to practically die or whatever? You're like the drowning. Like what did you charge something like that? If that's not too personal.
I mean, my typical rate for it depends on where I am in the country and what effort is involved, but my typical rate is $400 for an hour. $750 for 2 hours, and then it goes down from there a bit. So yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so jealous of your business plan. Like I wish anyone would pay me $400 an hour to do anything.
Like I don't work that often, so there's the thing. I can save my energy and my intensity and creativity to planning something. We started planning this maybe 2 months ago, so it's not like I'm constantly working those hours and just making all this phenomenal money. That's not how it works. But
well, especially now. I mean, no one is. Like, I feel like other than like Jeff Bezos, like he's the only one making money right now because everyone's still ordering Amazon.
Well, that's very true. I know half of my friends do entertainment, do bartending, are servers, just entertainment in general, and they're all out of work and just struggling and creating Twitch. Is that it? Is that what the kids are doing? Twitch channels and all of that. And, finding other crafts that they can do to be independent and make money right now because it's just so fucked. It's really fucked. So, yeah.
I was thinking about selling heroin to kill poor people and also make money. I was like thinking.
I mean, gotta think outside your box. So.
You're like what an entrepreneur. Like cleaning up the streets and making a little pocket change.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I'll have to edit that out probably so I don't get like fucking sued for 5 years from now and they like find this video. So like, remember one time you were talking to a dominatrix and you said that, and like that'd be how it would be too. Like you say like all these crazy shit, like yeah, I fucking drowned somebody dressed like a mermaid almost, and they're like whatever, like it's a dominatrix. Like if I say fucking, it's like,
right.
You said 25 more fucked up things, but they'll find something I say.
Yeah, it's taken out of context, and it's like you're now flagged for sure.
Yeah. What do you think about that police state cancel culture type thing? Like where they just like they could if they don't like something you say that you could not have a job now. Like what do you think of that?
That's really fucked up. Everything's so fucked up right now, though. And it's hard to say. I mean, I haven't been paying attention to what's going on with the election right now intentionally, but it's just so completely fucked up. You have to be careful of what you say on any platform, of what you post online for sure, what's attached to your legal name. Everything can be traced back. I mean, ALEXA is listening to everything we're saying right now as is. So it's like, you have no privacy. Everything's monitored. Just everything's really fucked up right now. So
that's crazy. So even a dominatrix would have to watch your words. You have to watch your words online as well.
Oh, for sure.
That's crazy. That's like your job is to like be fucked up, like to say fucked up things or like and do
Yeah, but platforms like Instagram and Twitter, you mention anything that's a flagged word and it's taken down. Even on the, I saw a lot of video clips, and even on places like Clips for Sale, I Want Clips, ManyVids, you can use a word that's flagged that is not related to anything horrible, but it'll just get taken down right away. I did a video, like you can't say pot as in marijuana. I did a video, this will blow your mind, will take way too long to explain, but I had someone, you know what a neti pot is?
No, I'm stupid. Like
it's like to clean out your sinus.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So
yeah, no, there's
someone say come up for months, and I did a video where he put it in a neti pot and I drained it through his nose. Right. So the video should be called "Come Neti Pot," but because pot was in the word, I couldn't put it on like any fucking platform, and it's like I can't say neti pot. Like really? But it's little things like that you just there's words you can't say, or it'll be taken down. Your account will be taken down.
You can't pay your bills. You can't fucking have a job. Like your family will ostracize you. No, it's like completely insane. Like it's gone like way too far.
It really has. It really has.
I'm just supposed. Everyone just pretend like they're cool with everything. It's like this is like an insane thing. I don't know. It is completely crazy to like to deal with. But
I
like
just
it's
had a platform. Oh, sorry.
no, you go ahead. What were you saying? Sorry.
Oh, I just had a platform. One of the clip stores sent me an email making me take down all of my religious blasphemy stuff, but only if it had images of a Bible in it or defaming a Bible in any way, or if it was humiliating. Other than that, I could leave everything up, but my account was definitely targeted of here's links that we don't like that you need to take down. And it's not because of them or their choice, it's the credit card companies that are making these decisions of what words and terms you can use that are acceptable. So
I think credit card companies are way more blasphemous than like it just makes it like I'm a Christian. I don't care what you believe. You know what I mean? I just like I couldn't imagine caring what somebody believes. I mean, I wouldn't like a conversation context, but like not enough to like judge somebody harshly. Like I don't care what religion somebody or lack of or anything. But I think credit card companies are probably the most like godless company structure in the fucking in the fucking world. And they're controlling speech now.
And awful and just
Yeah.
they don't care about you.
Yeah, they take advantage of poor people basically. Like I mean, rather than help them out, they like charge them high interest rates, and put them on forever like plans. The people do agree to the terms, but still, it's like you know what I mean. So it's not like
Who reads that? Who reads something that's like this tiny that you can't even see? It's like who reads that?
yeah, no one
Nobody.
like
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like yeah, like, websites like trying to argue that too. They're always like that's like our terms and services. You know, it's like I try to argue that like I don't think it's notarized, and also like you can be intoxicated when you fill this out, or you didn't fill it out, or like you mean it's like it's like oh I don't remember doing that. Maybe I was drunk, and then your contract's void. Basically, that's how I feel. Basically, like, it seems like very easy to get out of that legal battle with these idiots. Like Silicon Valley is like basically. They're just a bunch of dorks. Like they're like the same dorks that like we didn't like years ago. You know, they just gained power because no one liked them, so they try to gain power.
Well, you gotta compensate somehow.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
Does it work if you say you're drunk when you filled it out?
I don't know yet, but I would assume because like contracts are void. I mean, you can't drive a car intoxicated. You can't sign a contract intoxicated. You can't like I mean, I would imagine that would void it immediately. And if that didn't, it's not notarized either. So it's like just because your company says you do something doesn't mean like we have to listen to it or like it has to be or it's okay. Like Google's like, yeah, we murder people. Like it's in our terms and services. I'm like what? It's like that you can't just like make your own rules and laws because you're a company.
I mean, I can, but you know, I control my box, so
that's your specialty. Yeah, that's your that's your specialty. That's like your job. You're supposed to, I guess. Like
make the terms and rules absolutely.
but yeah, we went to a different subject. Back to the interview of this show. Like, back to an actual fucking interview. We went to a different tirade and stuff. Like so where are you from originally? Like
I'm from Chicago. Yeah.
oh okay.
Hometown. I'm not
Like the suburbs or city?
More. Actually, Chicago. Yeah.
Okay, because everybody always says that, and I just never know.
Yeah.
Like whenever somebody says like a town, I always like I'm always like okay, so they're at least 20 minutes from that area. 20 to 40 minutes from that area.
People will be from like Schaumburg when they say they're from Chicago.
Yeah. I'm from St. Louis, and it's the same thing. Like, there's like a 40-mile radius around here. Where everyone's like, I'm from St. Louis. And I'm like, I know you, where at in St. Louis? And they name like another town. I'm like, that's the town you live in. That's not St. Louis.
Yeah, exactly.
But we should do like a TED talk on this, like where you actually live.
Right. So many people misrepresent. But I guess it's also because you might not know where that little small town is.
Yeah, it might be. That's why we don't know, because everybody always says the big town. That's why we don't know it. I'm just joking. I have no idea. I was just a dumb rebuttal. But so you're in Vegas now, I guess you said?
Yeah, I've been here for 2 years.
I imagine that'd be a lucrative scene there, like when it's not, like when the fake end of the world's not happening. I imagine it's like a.
Yeah, it can be. The last year I really fucked up, but it can be lucrative depending on what services you offer and what amount of risk you're willing to take. But yeah.
So are you like a porn star also, or like
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what, you answer that the most like you're like yes, like you're drinking tea, like you're like yes, honey, I am also a porn star, like.
Yeah, I don't do a ton of like boy girl porn. I mostly do fetish stuff, but I do some boy girl porn, and yeah, I mean that's super fun to do too, and it's a good break from just doing straight up domination to. You're like, all right, cool, and I'm going to do something completely opposite that's super sexual, and yeah.
That's interesting. So,
buy some big dick. I don't know. It's fun.
That's funny. So you go to the AVNs then, I guess?
Yeah, I usually go every year.
How many years have you gone?
I'm going to guess like 10 years. A lot.
That's awesome. Is it fun? I've been invited and I have like press passes, but I've never actually been. Is it worth it? Like I guess you went 10 times, so it probably is. But you're selling yourself to you're like an advertisement too, so I don't know if that's like, or are you advertising yourself or you just go for fun?
It's fun. I mean, it depends. Year by year, it's like some years I'll go and seriously work and set up like 5 shoots a day and do interviews, and then other years I'll have friends come into town. It's like I'll work at a booth for a couple hours, do a couple shoots, but then it's like I'll go to the parties this year and do the meet and greets and all that. So it kind of you can have fun or you can get stressed about it. It's what you put into it. So if you want to work nonstop and push yourself and network and take it super seriously, you can. If you want to be more chill about it and just meet people, hang out, you can do that too. So it's what you put into it. But I have a lot of fun every year. It is really fucking tiring. And at the end of it, you're just like, okay, I'm going to sleep for 3 days, not put makeup on, When I go, I have to wake up at 8 a.m. and do makeup, and I'm out till like midnight and start all over again. So
no, it's an interesting perspective. Like I've had press passes for like 3 years, but I haven't gone because it's always like right after Christmas or something, and I'm like Christmas wipes me out. I'm like, dude, I spent like so much money on Christmas. I mean, it was like
it's like middle of January. You can have some time to come down from it. I mean, they're fucking not going to do it this year. There's no way. But for this January,
yeah, that would be weird. Yeah, I guess it can't deal with that. Like, they have to kill the entire economy or the virus won't die.
I mean, honestly, going every year, people make jokes because everybody's shooting, right? And you're doing fluid contact if you're doing porn, and then you're doing the meet and greets, and then you're hugging fans. Everybody gets sick every year anyway, and we call it the avian flu. It's like, you can't escape that. It's like,
I never even thought about that. That's crazy.
8 out of 10 of the years, if it's 10, then I'm guessing I've gotten sick. There's only 2 years I haven't gotten sick. And it's like, it just goes around like crazy with all that kind of interaction. So it's like, if they tried to do it for this January, it's like, there's no fucking way everyone would be having COVID. There's just no way. So yeah, not gonna happen.
Is Vegas still locked down? Like, kind of like?
No, most things are open. A lot of the bars and stuff aren't open, but bars that serve food, I think all bars can be open now. Yeah, all bars can be open now. A lot of them still aren't, just by choice. Some of the casinos I heard are only doing like Thursday through Monday, and then they're shut down for the hotels and casinos. But everything is pretty much open. Yeah, I go out a little bit, not a ton, but yeah, I got to go to a farmer's market today, so I was really excited about that. I'm pretty boring in general. Like everyday life, so it's like, farmer's market, yes. But I know in Chicago, where I'm from, it's like they have a curfew now, and they're back to like being locked down. Bars can be open if they have outdoor seating from like 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. or something. I think restaurant service indoors is all shut down, so it's different all over the country, but it's still pretty opened up here right now, even though we're on the rise.
Yeah, it's like, I couldn't imagine spending $4,000 a month to live somewhere that I can't do anything. What'd you say?
What's it like by you?
Well, see, St. Louis, it's basically the same as like major city rules, like where they try to make all that stuff. But the rest of Missouri doesn't give a fuck, and like it's awesome. So if you just want to actually like eat good food and like talk to people that aren't crazy, like outside of the city is awesome. But
Okay.
but inside the city, it's like fucking crazy. Everybody's so scared and stupid. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't do anything like insanely stupid, but I just don't believe in like certain things are going to stop a spread of a virus. And like, I don't think like my quality of life being diminished and wearing a mask will help. But I do think that like, I don't know, I'm not gonna like go around like fucking with people and like touching everything. It's like, I'm not gonna like be retarded either, but it's just like, I don't know. I just don't like being told what to do. And I think even if like, say I'm dying and this is my last day of life, I'm going to do what I want to do. Like, I'm not going to like be scared all the time. That's kind of how I view it. But the state's kind of like that too. Kind of like, this is like kind of a fuck you kind of state. Like, it's like, and it's weird. I used to think that people outside of the city were dumb. I used to think that they're idiots. And like, now they seem like the smart ones to me. It's like fucking weird.
Well, if they're going out and having fun and having their freedoms and not feeling as oppressed, I guess. But
Without results, though, too, is the main thing. It's like, because I think that if they were truly being stupid, like we'd have the higher death rates. We have like this year, for example, like we had less deaths in 2020 than 2019.
okay.
Like pandemic, and still like the thing nobody wants to talk about, like the thing that actually kills people is heart disease, and like so many fucking fat people are just dying. You know, like there'll be like these fat people going like, oh, you can't do that, you gotta like the virus. I'm like, you're gonna die of heart disease. That kills more Americans than anything in the fucking world, or more people even in the world. You know, everyone dies of heart disease. It's like overeating and lack of exercise. I mean, especially that's what this is creating also. And like, I mean, and like, it's just like an insane thing. It's just like, I feel like nobody's thinking. We're all just like, well, this guy on TV, he like told me to do this. So like, I'm doing this because like everyone else is, and I want to fit in and look smart rather than actually being smart. It's just weird. I don't know.
I think people are following a lot of what celebrities say and a lot of what they see, and just
they're scared.
Yeah, honestly,
everybody's scared.
Me, I don't go out that much to begin with, so
right.
It's like not a big deal for me. And I work from home, so it's not a big deal for me. Wearing a mask, I like it because I don't get hit on. I have to talk to people. And I wear big ass sunglasses. I have bangs, so you see none of my face, and nobody wants to approach me. So I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah, like everyone wants to talk to you, and it's like, no, I'm not friendly. The mask helps with that.
No, it does. It's interesting. It's like, yeah, I don't think somebody couldn't. I would never tell someone they can't wear one, but I just think it's weird. Like, it's like the mandate, all the weird shit. They're like, yeah, like you have to do. I'm like, I'm just not being good at being told to do. I've never been that way. Like, I didn't listen to my parents. I didn't listen to my teachers. I don't listen to. Like, you know, I was just like kind of like I'm like I just think if something's dumb, it's just dumb. It doesn't matter who's telling it to you. I look like, well, a doctor said it. I'm like, okay, well, that doctor's dumb then, I guess. I don't know. It's just like they'll be like, well, a nurse said it. I'm like, okay, well, I mean. Okay, I guess like that's their job title. It's like no different than a plumber telling me the right answer. If a plumber's like, I'm a plumber, but here's the right answer. It was like, doesn't fucking matter. It's just a weird time. And it's like weird kind of. We gotta watch because like I'm not saying they're trying to take our rights, but like they could be. You know, it's like you gotta watch it. Like you gotta keep these people in check that hate us and hate human beings. You know.
There's so much going on right now, and who knows what the overall grand scheme of thing is and how long it's gonna last. Could last for so much longer than we think, but I don't know. I don't claim to know. I'm not a doctor or a plumber, so.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I think that's the most honest thing is like no one knows really. We're just trying to figure it out, and it's just like what the fuck. I mean, it's like it's okay to be scared. It's okay to like be sad. It's okay to like. I mean, it's okay for other things. It's just like you got to get through it no matter what. Like, and sorry to go on this tangent. I feel like I should be asking more provocative questions, but the world's weird as fuck. You know, it's like it's just a weird. It's just a weird time. I didn't think.
We're not talking about the election, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, no, I was running in that election. I actually lost miserably. So yeah, I like not talking about it too. I got 59,000 votes and still fucking lost somehow. I'm like, oh my god, I got a lot of votes somehow, but still, yeah, fuck the election now. So I'm on board is what I'm saying. Fuck the election.
Yeah, let's not deal with it.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to like the media prescribed like second American Civil War either. Like you should be mad. I'm like, I don't care about your agenda. I just want to hang out and eat chicken and stuff. And it's like fuck.
People posting about that, but that's that's also why I'm not checking social media.
Yeah.
Really, the past few days, or really for a while now, I haven't been on media much other than promoting my videos and promoting what sessions I do. It's like I've been staying off social media because it's too much out there. It's just too depressing, too overwhelming, and it's like fuck all this noise. I'm happy being in my own little bubble, and I'll come out when it's time.
No, I think we all have roles and stuff too, for sure. I think it's all just like trying to figure it out. Like no one has the answer, otherwise it'd be solved. So like even it's like how like I think it's smart. It's just a weird time. Like no, I was saying the same thing. It's funny you said about no social media stuff. Like I did that earlier. I like fucking. I was just like in my own zone. Like I got like a moped, probably oversharing. But I got like a moped and like I was just riding around in like this smaller town. And like I was like I'm not even gonna look at my phone, and I'm like, and then I look at my phone, and it's like 10 minutes to your first podcast. I'm like, oh fuck, and I was like, I like lost track of everything, just getting out of my head, just driving around and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I better get back. I'm like,
it's good to get out of your head, and like for me, it's going for walks at night. I'm very residential in this part of Las Vegas, and it's like I'll go for walks, I'll listen to a podcast, and just kind of zone out and be like, oh. I went 4 miles. I better turn around and go back home,
Yeah.
Kind of clear your head.
No, it's definitely like no one talks about it. So I think it's interesting that we brought that up. I think no one really talks about it. Like everyone's just trying to avoid it. They're like things are fine. Everything's like that meme where everything's on fire. It's like everything's fine.
Yeah, everything's not fine, but what can you fucking do about it? Sit there and worry. It's not
Yeah,
good
but
quality of life for anyone to sit there and worry and fret about it. So
yeah, and you're less intelligent when you're scared anyway. So you have to like, I mean, like fear shrinks your mind. So you have to look through it and just like address it and like fight through it and figure it out. So that's the only difference between like a hero and a person is like a hero just like is scared, but they just do something about it. Like I mean,
I guess, yeah.
it's like the only difference between like I don't know. You seem like a person who likes villains more though.
Sometimes. I thought we were getting a cameo. I don't know where they went.
Yeah. So what kind of dogs were that?
They're not. They're cats.
They're cats.
They're like cats, yeah.
I know. I was just fucking around. I think it's funny to like call animals the wrong
Well,
thing.
I think they're dogs, but yeah, I tried to wear them out before jumping on with you, but yeah.
You're so nice because like you like said it like in a way to like you thought I was stupid, but like you still like went with it. You're like no, they're not. Like you like answered the question, but it's like you could just tell I'm dumb. Like you're an idiot.
Well, I wasn't saying that, but people do say, think that they're dogs or don't know what kind of animal they are because they look a little bit different. But
No. My friend had this joke where he said like a dog, and he always be like, my cat's weird. Like just taking pictures of it, so it's just like it fucking came out of my head. Well, where can people follow you and stuff before we go into like before we go into fucking quantum physics next or something? Or where do you want people to follow you? Where can they find you? Where can they give you money or whatever? Like
my main website that gives you all my links and session information, my interests is sinstress.net. I have an OnlyFans, just like everyone else. That's Maya Sinstress. My clips for sale is myfetishaddictions.com, myoraladdictions.com, Tickle Invasion. I want Maya Sinstress is I want clips. I'm on MuddyVids, Pornhub. I don't even know anymore. I'm pretty much on all those sites. So yeah, sinstress.net or finding me on OnlyFans is the best way to get a hold of me and to find my videos.